Hey, everybody. It's Marty Bahama causing a lot of drama. I hope you guys are having a great day. Great Monday, great start out to the week. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something that is pretty amazing, and that is creating leverage for yourself by creating Facebook groups. Now, most of the time, I'm saying, hey, get out there and buy Facebook groups. But tonight, we're talking about creating Facebook groups. So I hope you guys get in here. I'll make sure I'm in the right place at the right time, talking to the right people. We've had an exciting day. I've created a few different groups going in this new path, trying out different things for different type people, as in car sales, as in home flipping, as in anything, everything, comic sales, collectibles, anything like that. If you have any kind of desire whatsoever for flipping houses, any kind of desire for creating leverage for yourself and making it super easy to find all these things and getting first crack at it. That's the most important thing, is getting the first crack at these things that you're trying to buy to resell. So this is going to work for about everybody on the planet, because no matter what we do, whether I'm in the mortgage business, whether I'm selling baseball cards and autograph stuff on eBay like I used to, we're always buying stuff and we're always reselling it, either when we get done with it, or some of us have a hobby of it, just a hobby of just buying and selling, and it's just to make some extra cash here and there. And I'm telling you, I wish I had these Facebook groups or the ability to do what we can with the Facebook groups many years ago when I was selling the baseball cards and autograph stuff. It would change the game. It would change the game for anybody out there who has a small car lot. It's already changed the game for one car lot owner in Texas, and that's just him being on top of one of our big groups. That is even not him creating his own way of getting leverage by creating his own branding group. So we're going to talk about that here in a second. What's up? What's up, Dwayne? How you doing? How you doing? Kamikaze, what's up? What's up? What's up? I hope I've got the volume level good on this. I hope you guys can hear me just fine. I got Honey Buzz over to the side. She's on the bed relaxing, so hopefully she'll stay over there and stay calm. We've been doing a lot of different things with the Facebook groups, like going in and trying to create events in the groups, trying to help a comedian out, Steve Hofstetter. So if you are available, go ahead, and no matter if you're free or not free, make plans to be free. September 24th, 8 p.m. Eastern. He's going live inside of his own group. So try to watch that event. It's guys one of the best of the best as far as being super witty, super funny, and crushing anybody that tries to heckle him. That's probably what he's most famous for. So if you just go to YouTube and type in Steve Hofstetter, you will see this guy has millions of views. Millions. I mean, it's just unreal how many views this guy has, how many downloads this guy has. He's been doing this for many years. I saw one of his videos from 6 years ago. The guy has been funny then in 2014. He's even funnier now in 2020. So make it a date night, September 24th. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. Most of us will be home. Exactly right, Kamikaze. So, and it would help the buzz out, because it would show him that, yes, we can use these Facebook groups to help comedians. We helped Dusty Slay in the past. We can help anybody, no matter what kind of business they have, brand themselves to the extreme. You guys are hopefully you've seen Alonza's group, Love Your Tribe. She sells this jewelry she makes. She's from South Africa. This group went from 100 members to 300 members to now it's got, I think, over 2,000 members in it. Something crazy. And why? Because of just how these groups are. They're alive. Plus, she's got a good product. People are interested in it, and it's a word of mouth. If you have something that people like, guess what? They're going to start sharing it. They're going to start telling this person, this person, this person. Next thing you know, your group just starts growing like crazy. So I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right. That's right. We will help anybody that needs help. I really enjoy taking on new tasks. So if you're a different kind of business that I've not, if you're a unique business and you're like, I bet Marty hasn't tried to help my business out yet. I bet him and Christy hasn't tried to come up with something, some posts, some polls, how to create a group. I promise you, if we haven't, we will. It doesn't matter. So look at it like this right here. Let's say I am selling bowling balls for a living. I just not for a living, for a side hobby or for a living. Either or. But I'm selling bowling balls, and we all know every sport out there, no matter what the sport is, there's the cheap bowling balls, or there's the cheap pool sticks, there's a cheap ping pong paddles, there's a cheap throwing darts, and then you got the expensive stuff. You got the expensive bowling balls. You got the expensive pool sticks. I know that because I spent almost $1,000 for a pool stick one time. I know that there's some expensive ones out there. And I also know I made a lot of money buying and selling pool sticks over my lifetime. So if you think about that, bowling balls, pool sticks, it doesn't matter. If you know what you're looking for, my buddy Roger used to sell softball bats. And I'm telling you right now, these DeMarini bats, if you never heard of DeMarini, go look them up. These DeMarini bats will sell for $200 or $300. What the crap? What is a bat going to do for you? Sell for $200 or $300. I mean, is it going to knock the home runs for you? I just don't understand it personally. But a lot of people didn't understand the pool stick knowledge too. So if you know what you're looking for, and you create a group, Marty's Pool Sticks, Knoxville, Tennessee, or Marty's Pool Sticks for Sale, Knoxville, Tennessee, buying and selling, however I want to do it. Then all of a sudden I start adding a few people, and they start adding a few people, and they start adding a few people. I set those 3 questions up. Number 1, do you have a pool stick for sale? What is it? How much? I want to be the first person. I want to be the first person to get to buy that pool stick, because this is what I do. And I'm just using that for an example. If that's what I still did is buy and sell pool sticks, I could get first dibs. So I can have a storefront, but virtual storefront, not a real storefront, a virtual storefront. Because when I was selling baseball cards, when I was selling autograph material, I would have to drive. We would drive these card shows, these baseball card shows in Murfreesboro, in Lexington, in Louisville. We would drive all over the place looking for baseball cards. It wasn't as easy. Now I created a group about a year and a half ago, forgot about it. I created a group called Collectibles for Sale, Knoxville, Tennessee, shoes, comics, baseball cards. Because, people buy and sell these shoes just like they're anything else for an insane amount of money. So if you get first dibs just by asking the questions, the 3 questions, all new members. But let's say somebody slips by. Let's say, hey, Tim White. Oh, thank you, Tim. Great job. What's up, Carmen? Hey, guys. If I don't see you, I apologize. Thanks for coming in. Right now, we're talking about creating leverage for yourself by actually creating groups. For the last, 3 years, I have been talking about creating leverage for yourself by buying groups. And that's all fun and games. It's all great. Just like Tim got a group right there, 4,200 members, bada bing, bada boom. I love it, because that group's going to continue to grow forever. And Tim can do the same thing with that group right there. Even though he didn't create it, he can do the same thing with it. Set it to where he has to approve the post. Let's say he likes to buy and sell yard sale stuff. He could approve the post, and then he can pick and choose. So not only do you get the 3 questions to be able to start the conversation if you want to, but some people will slip by without answering the 3 questions. No problem. As long as it's a real account, I'll let them in the group. Just like that Knoxville, that collectibles group I created. It's got over 600 something people in it now. And I'm telling you, I bet I didn't add more than 10 people to that group. Created a bunch of groups a year and a half, 2 years ago. A bunch of them I give away to our loan officers. Some of them had 2,000 or 3,000 people in it, not just 600. It just all depends on what kind of location you're at, where your location you're at, and how big of an area you're wanting to make your group. So when I create a group and I call it Knoxville Collectibles or whatever, when I do that and then I make it where I can approve the post, well, now you just really create some major leverage for yourself. Now you just got it to where you could be the one, you are the one to approve the post. So if you're the one to approve the post and somebody's selling an X-Men number 98 and you love comic books and they're trying to get rid of it quick, they're like, hey, Need money fast. Got this X-Men number 98, Deadpool's first appearance. And by the way, I bring up that comic book because that's how Christy and I landed our first Facebook group. He didn't want money. He wanted that comic book. It cost us money. We got on eBay and bought it. Overnight it to him. We got a 10,000 member group. But in that group right there, it was a basic yard sale group for Franklin County, Tennessee. What that group does good for me is creating leverage by getting on top of it, or putting a real estate on top of it, or a business on top of it. But when I create the group and I make that group a sole purpose for headphones, for pen holders, for laptops, for whatever you are good at, whatever you're used to that you've got knowledge of buying and selling. I got a really good buddy who does a lot of buying and selling case knives. Now, he don't know about the Facebook group, so he knows about them. He knows that's what I mess with, but he ain't really never created a Facebook group for himself. He just does it as a side hobby. But I'm telling you, he could create a Facebook group, call it Case Knives for Sale, East Tennessee, or depending on how far he wanted to drive. Because you can also get people to mail things, but it's so much better when you're trying to get that quick deal. Don't give them time to think about it. If they got time to think it over, they may change their mind before they put it in the mail to you, before you get the money to them. So if you create a group that's more close knit to you, where you can drive to the places, now all of a sudden you set yourself up a way to be the first person to get dibs on anything, for anything that you're selling that you can make money off of first. So I created one called East Tennessee. Hey, 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 Val, what's up? What's up? What's up? I created a group called, this 4 days ago. This is no lie, guys. 4 days ago, I created a group called East Tennessee Antique Cars and Trucks for Sale. That simple, that easy. It's got 41 or 42 members in it already. I only added a few people to it. I didn't go crazy and add a bunch of people to it. I just added like 3 or 4 people to it, maybe 5 at the most. And I created a post in there that said, once you list your car for sale in here, I will share it to a lot of other groups for you around East Tennessee. Well, the reason I did this for East Tennessee, first of all, is because me personally, I've sold a couple of Chevelles. I've had an old 89 Mustang that I've sold. I've sold some old trucks. So I know kind of a range where, hey, if somebody's really trying to get rid of a vehicle quick, then maybe I could buy it myself and I could resell it. If somebody, for example, and this is where the real money comes in, especially for the home flippers, anybody who says, oh, I've got into real estate because I want to learn how to sell, I want to learn how to flip houses. Well, or I want to buy houses and sell them. Well, you see all the time, every time I drive outside, I see these little signs out there that says, we buy houses all the time. Annoying. 1980s advertising all over again. But at least it got my attention. I'll give it a thumbs up. It got my attention. Great job, crappy signs. If I create a homes for sale group, just myself, and I've created many of them. I've got many of them out there that I've created over the years. But if I create a homes for sale group and I wasn't into buying and flipping houses, and this really didn't really come to me as far as me thinking about creating groups to create leverage, it's always been about buying groups to create leverage. I just go buy homes for sale group. But in this case, maybe I am a home flipper and I want to get the first dibs on that person really selling a house that might be in rough shape, 40, 50,000, 60,000 bucks. I want to get the first dibs on that. There's quite a few different ways that you can make sure that happens. Number one is, like I said, the questions. Number two is approving the post. So if somebody says, hey, I got a house for sale, trying to get rid of it, 35,000. Before you ever approve that post, you could already have that guy message, that person message. You could be on the phone with them. You could be out there seeing the house, making an offer on it. If you flip contracts, same thing. Same exact thing. I've got one group called Fountain City Fountain City Yard Sale Group. What's up? What's up, Kier? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Costa, what's up? Gloria, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? So I got one group. It's a Fountain City group, and it has, I don't know, maybe 12, 13,000 people in it. And that group, I created a poll, And this is to prove to somebody, one of my other buddies who flips houses. I said, I'm telling you, I can create a poll and I can find you some people wanting to sell their house cheap. He goes, let's see it, Marty. So I created this poll, and I think I'll pull it up here real quick while I'm talking about it. And it was pretty basic. Is do you have a house or land that you're trying to get rid of? I mean, it really was pretty much that basic. And then I put out a few different options, and I'm going to pull it up here just so I can correct myself. Now that I've got here, it probably wasn't that basic. There's probably a lot more details. And by the way, as soon as I pull my Fountain City group up here, Fountain City / Halls Marketplace, all local businesses welcome. That's the name of it. I see my East Tennessee Antique group, because not only did I create this group, and it says it's got 45 members in it, by the way, not a 42 like I thought. So 4 days, 45 members, haven't done a lot with it, put it to the top of a few of my groups, and I went there and made a couple of posts. That goes to show you how fast you can grow these groups. And my goal is to get this group up to 1,000 members. I'm going to let you guys know how. Matter of fact, that wasn't even my goal. 4 days ago when I created, that wasn't even my goal. It's my goal today to get over to 1,000 members and see how fast I can do it. So from 45 to 1,000, today's the 31st. We'll figure this out. See how many days that's going to take us to do that. But when I go to this group and I click on announcements, because that's where I've got this poll created, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to scroll down through here and look. Right here. Nice and beautiful. It says, this is complicated. Do you have a house or land that you need to sell? It's that complicated. It's not complicated at all. Now, this is a poll. So then I put some options out there. And one of the options is I have a house in rough shape that I need to sell. And since I created this poll, and this was created June 10th, so a couple months ago, it has 8 people that says I have a house in rough shape that I need to sell. And keep in mind, this is only one poll. It took me less than 1 minute to create this poll. So take this poll and times it by 100. That's how many groups I have. That's how many people. So instead of 8 people voting, I have a house in rough shape. Theoretically, I'd have 800 people voting I have a house in rough shape. Yes, I have land I'm wanting to sell. We've had 8 votes on that. We've had 6 votes that says I have a nice house to sell, but not sure if I want to list it with the realtor or try to sell it myself. And then we have 1 vote that says I have a house for sale under 50,000. So 2 months, one poll I created, and you guys can go look this up yourself. Fountain City / Halls Marketplace / all local business welcome. You'll see a Human Energy Buzz crown on top of the group. And once you get into the group, and you can message me directly, I'll let you into it. You can click on announcements and you can see this poll. Now, all of a sudden, every one of those people have told me kind of what they're wanting to do. If they're wanting to sell land, if they're wanting to sell a house, or if they got a nice house and they don't know if they want to list it with the realtor, if they want to sell it themselves. That right there is some major leverage, especially if not only do you do this poll here and you message every one of them, but then you take that same poll, and you put it into a bunch of groups. And guess what? Just because I own this group doesn't mean that's the only reason it got that action. I have created hundreds, if not thousands, I'm sure thousands, of polls in different people's groups out there that I didn't own with no issues, no problem, because I've learned how to advertise without advertising. And that right there is a monster key to the buzz, is advertising without advertising. Hope this helps. Ha ha ha. No backs broken on this word. Yeah, no kidding. We are not breaking any backs. That is for sure. I hope this session really helped you guys understand the what it means to be able to create that leverage, because the other way you can also create it in that group, besides the 3 questions, besides the approving a member post, but it also too is creating keywords in the group. Now, not every group has keywords yet. Some groups that I own has it. Some groups I don't have that don't have it. So therefore, you can create those keywords when your group does have it. You can create those keywords, and you're alerted when anybody posts anything that has that keyword in it, even if it is where you've got it set up to approve the post. You still get that alert, which helps you get to it even quicker, because you don't want that person to change their mind. You don't want that person to go somewhere else. You want that person to let you be the one who buys the product and then resells it for a better price. All right, guys. See you. I hope this helps. See you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern.